that?
No.
Can you guys hear that weird, spooky Halloween horror haunted house, creepy graveyard, death-defyingly spooky music?
Creepy graveyard, is that where we're going with?
Yes, it's exactly what that was. Did you guys hear that? I think
it'll start again in a minute.
Oh yeah, wait.
It's really faint at first.
Very faint. It's coming. How disturbing is that? This was not planned. We had no idea that Christmas, the holiday season, is here. In fact, it's next week. Which is odd because we decided tonight we're watching Black Christmas.
It gets really, really loud. You can probably hear it.
Welcome, everybody. Alice, Robert, Shelby, Michelle, Chainsaw, Becca, the taco lady from Santa Clarita, Shelly. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, gang. Scott. Whoa, everything's flying by. We have new people here. We have some regulars. We have some Ghost Club members. We have some faces and names that we haven't seen in quite some time showing up for the ceremony. Do you know what tonight is?
England.
Jessica?
What?
Do you know what tonight is?
No.
Tonight is Saturday night.
Well, I knew that.
It is another night of Grimm All Night. Basically, if you were old enough to remember USA Up All Night, hosted by Gilbert Godfrey or Rhonda Shear.
Hola, amigo.
We're nothing like that. Kinda are. We play movies. We talk during the movies. We talk
to each other.
Whatever, to each other. We hang out. This is the Grimm Up All Night
Look at this.
watch party. Spitting Bullets 97. Hey guys, glad to see y'all live. I come home from 12 months deployed. Whoa, shoot, man. Overseas to surprise my family for Christmas. You're all making my night.
Aww.
Glad you are here. And welcome. Spooky. Haha.
Scotland.
We got people from all over the world. See, here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing. We are one of the very few YouTube content creators. Let me say that. We're not the only, but we're one of the few that have decided to take their show international. So we have people from Scotland and all these other different places watching us. So we welcome you all.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
Western Australia.
With that being said, who here is this their very first Grimm Up All Night watch party? Who here is a Grimm Up All Night virgin? Which means you've never seen the Grimm Up All Night watch parties before. This is your first time attending. What? Ever. Say creepy. Lee Ann, I feel like I've seen your name before. I don't know. The Piano Meadow. First, me, Chrissy.
This is my 10.
So excited. This is going to be fun. Shelby Rain. This is going to be fun. Never clicked on the video so fast. Relatively recently. Yes. We do have the 4K.
We try to wait for everything to come out on 4K. Not everything gets a release, though. But a lot lately have been surprising you with the really old titles that they're coming out with. Also, I'm really excited. Look, I got my nails. My baby took me to get my nails done.
I did.
So now it looks really fancy when I show off my ring. Bling, bling. Look. You guys love seeing it, so I love showing it too. That it is, in fact, a coffin. Because
we're spooky.
But this is my Christmas look. You can't see it. It's kind of shimmery, like a really, really pale pink and fluffy. This is as close to Christmas ears that I have. It's like a winter wonderland.
We could just like splatter them with red
on my head,
which might look like blood, but we'd throw a little green in there. Then all of a sudden, it's Christmas.
Hola, amigos.
So, speaking of the Grimm Up All Night watch party, here is how tonight works. It's a free movie. Black Christmas, 1974. If you haven't seen it, you're in for a treat. It's been remade a couple different times, but the first, in our opinion, as well as a lot of other folks, the very first Black Christmas, like I said, 1974, is one of the best Christmas horror slasher films you could ever ask for.
He's a very nice hubby.
Who?
You.
Oh, shucks.
Spoil me.
It is a free watch party. Give me a kiss. It is a free watch party, and in order for tonight to work, in order for you to be able to watch this movie for free, You need 2 devices.
2.
2 devices. That's 4. 2.
No. Sorry, Britain. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, England and Scotland and Wales. And I don't think it does in Australia.
I don't know.
Okay.
So somebody says downloading as we speak. We got a link for you. We have a link for you. All right. So if you found the link already, do not watch the movie. I repeat, do not watch the movie. If you watch it
taught me that, by the
for
way.
3 minutes without us, it's like The Ring. You will die in 7 days. So don't watch the movie. If you watched it,
I watched it the other night.
well, this is for tonight. It's not the link.
Oh, I see.
You won't be here for next Grim Up All Night. What a pity. What a pity indeed. Now the link to tonight's movie is in 2 places. One.
Hey, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Good morning,
I am 1 a.m. in Wales. Welcome.
I want to say good morning, but it's really good midnight.
Let me get through this. All right. The link pinned to the top of the chat. You see everybody chatting in right now. You might have made a comment yourself. Pinned to the top of the chat is a link to tonight's movie. It is free. It is on a service called Tubi, T-U-B-I. So depending on where you are in the world, you might not be available to you, and I'm sorry. Click it, get it ready, and hit pause. We'll tell you when in about 20 minutes. 25 minutes. If you can't find it there, it is also in the description of this video that you're watching right now. Now, Michael, I love you both. I've been watching for a long while. You both are beautiful and should come to Montana so I can get you in an old Montana prison. Thank you. I don't know when we're going to be in Montana.
Have we ever been to Montana?
We have not been in Montana. No, not yet. Hot Nerd, thank you.
Hot Nerd, hi, honey. Thank you.
Like we were saying earlier, you need 2 devices to watch tonight's movie. You need 2 phones, 2 TVs, a phone and a TV, a phone and a tablet and a TV, a tablet and a phone, a tablet and a laptop, 2 screens on your tablet, 2 screens on your laptop, 2 screens on your MacBook, a projector. What else?
The Switch. You can play
a
YouTube
Switch
on.
Or maybe a gaming system, but you need 2 devices. One to watch the movie and say, screw you, Grims. I don't want to listen to you talk. You guys bore me. Your videos suck. I'm here for the movie.
But then why are they in the chat, though?
Because they're here for the free movie. Or you can say, screw the movie. I don't like Christmas. I don't like horror. I don't like Margaret Kidder. I don't want to watch anything spooky. I just want to watch you. We're here for you. Stick with us. You can't go wrong.
Emilio! Finally catching a live. Watched this last night at Cinema Salem on the big screen. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you, sweetheart. That's awesome.
Yeah, don't forget the popcorn, Martin. I know there's a lot. I keep rambling off a lot of things. Basically, this is just introduction, waiting for people to come in because people show up late.
It's the beginning of the episode disclaimers.
Yes, it's the beginning of the episode disclaimers. We are human beings. Some people are watching. They got dogs. They have their own little laptops. They're called barktops. They're sitting there watching. But we as human beings, oftentimes we are late. So if you're late today, just hang tight. We're coming through.
I know. It's so pale. It's almost blonde. I need to dye it. Yeah. I'm trying to find the time since we've been home, but...
She's actually been thinking about changing it. I'm not going to get into that. Some of you are like, oh my God.
You just picked a hornet's nest.
And then some people are like, thank God she's changing her hair. Well, it's not up to you. It's up to this one.
Hi,
surprise.
Honey. Love you guys from Adelaide, Australia. About to go to Europe and loved your Europe content and travel. Thank you, sweetheart. I think you're going to have a wonderful time.
We can't wait to go back. In fact, we are going back the entire month of May and half of June. Already got everything booked. Ready to roll.
See, now they're just shouting hair colors at me.
I know. It's a hornet's nest. You all are hornets. And my foot has touched your foreheads.
Hey, Puerto Rico.
It's a weird one.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Real quickly. I'm going to get this out of the way. I have so much energy. I'm so happy to see you guys.
Hi.
Right?
Hi.
Thank you, Chris. Some of you guys, all right.
Maybe gravitations.
I hate talking about this. I really do. And I feel like
Sorry, I keep clicking the pen if you hear that.
I feel like at this point, we've been doing Grim Up All Night for so long that me even just bringing this up is kind of counteracting our thought process behind this. But I'm going to do it anyhow, and I apologize. Music to relax. And
that's a long question.
what's the next filming place on how managing cost of living? Ooh, we're going to get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, you can't really manage cost of living. You just do what you do. You do what you can to cut down your own costs. But what are we filming next?
We don't tell people that. You know, we're going to Europe again. We've been filming since we've been back in LA, and there are a handful of videos coming.
Ooh.
There's a handful of videos coming from what's left of our trip in Europe, and they're big ones. So it's going to take some time, or else there would have been a video being ready for tonight for you guys, like we did last week. But it's a big one, so we got to wait a little bit. So hang tight with that. As for the cost of living,
we got to come to Rome.
So Rome, Georgia, and the whole Stranger Things.
Stuff.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love Stranger Things. I really do, but I kind of don't want to do a video on the Stranger Things stuff. Everybody's been doing it. And it's just like, I get it. In fact, we actually did a video. We actually did a video on the Creel House before it was the Creel House, because it was actually used in a TV show called Lovecraft Country, as well as another movie called The House with a Clock in Its Walls. Wow, yep. That's the house. So we actually been to that house before Stranger Things got there. So
we saw that when we went to film the house for The Haunting of Bly House.
But at the same exact time, a Stranger Things video might come.
House a lot.
But at the same exact time, we're not jumping at the bit to go do a Stranger Things video. The closest thing you'll come to a Stranger Things video is Halloween Horror Nights. I'm going to say that for right now. Take our time. It'll happen. I was going to say something, and then it got jumped up. What was I talking about before we started talking?
It's a lot of information.
If you've been following the Grim Life Collective for quite some time, then you know that we do not say things such as...
Thank you, Nick.
She wasn't even paying attention.
I was too,
if you've been following, what don't we say in our videos?
Hit the bell.
Right. And if you like the videos, you should
subscribe.
Right. There's a lot of people out there who say, hey, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. Hit the bell. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like obvious.
Right. I think at this point in life, if you know how the YouTube game works, I know some people need to be reminded on a daily basis sometimes, but you know what? If you're going to want to subscribe, if you're going to want to have a notification,
you got it.
You're going to do it. You're going to find it on your own, and that's what we want.
Smash it.
Smash it.
Bop it.
With
Click
that
it.
being said, we get tons and tons of messages from people saying, hey, how can I help out the Grim Life Collective? Where can I buy a t-shirt? Where can I get a sticker? Where can I get
poison apple.
Jessica's bat coat? We have an online store. It is closed, so you can't get anything there.
Ooh,
Neener. We have new stuff coming. Everything's ordered. New t-shirts, new t-shirt designs, we got pins. We have brand new pin designs coming, like pins, or if you're from like England, buttons, that kind of stuff. Badges. So those are coming. So bear with us. But there are ways to help. In the description of every single video, including the one that you're watching right now, you will find links, official links, not from Telegram.
Yes, we ship to the UK.
We ship everywhere. But official links, they're all right there. If you see us in person, scratch that, reverse it. Yeah.
We did
one on there. On what?
Ma Barker.
Oh yes, we did.
Yeah. It's way back there though.
Some of you guys have been doing super chats. Thank you. Honest, like Jessica and I, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts, from our family to yours. Don't ever feel like you have to contribute. Don't ever feel like you have to buy a t-shirt or a sticker or a print. Just the fact that you guys are watching our videos means more than anything. If you want a super chat, if you want to become a Ghost Club member, that's the people in green with a little ghost on it. Feel free to do that. All the links, everything is in the description of this video, all of our videos, and just enjoy. That's all I'm going to say. All right.
So two things I caught in the chat because it slowed down a little bit. I got to read.
There's a lot
something.
humming.
Laura says that Dead Meat shouted us out recently in one of their videos.
What?
We've met them a couple times,
Great
and they
people.
are just delightful. They're so sweet, and he really has a radio voice. Like, he's got one of those voices that you meet him and you're like, oh, hi.
Chris, thank you.
I feel like that's what my laughs sound like, you know?
There is Ghost Club merchandise coming just yet. We're still waiting on everything.
Yes.
We're hoping to get everything up and out beginning of February.
Knock on wood. Things get delayed. You know how that goes.
On our part, everything is ordered.
Yes.
Everything is paid for. Everything is ready to roll. Everything is agreed upon. We're just waiting for orders to be finished and for things to be sent to us so we can get them to you. Are you able to confirm, deny an appearance at 2024 Vegas's Days of the Dead? P.S. I know I'm getting a cameo from you too for my birthday. LOL. Ha ha ha.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Wait a second. Are you able to confirm or deny an appearance at 2024 Vegas Days of the Dead?
No.
We've never heard of Days of the Dead. I've never heard of a place called Las Vegas or the year 2024.
That's in the future.
Right?
I can't foretell the future.
But I will say this. If a place called Las Vegas had an event called Days of the Dead in a year that you've made up called 2024.
Doesn't exist. No, I don't think it's a thing.
You might get a notification sometime soon saying that we're going to be there.
Sweet Alice.
You might.
Thank you, Nancy. I haven't seen it yet, but I always thought that was a game. I remember seeing advertising that came out for it. Really quickly though, because Keisha asked about doing some content on a specific subject, and it reminded me that I discovered something recently that might help you guys out. So
she discovered
been around
shoes
for a while. No, I haven't. I still wear my toes out. I like the flippy flops. Flip flop, flip flop, flip flop. I get really hot. I sweat through my feet. Anyway.
Do we used to have this lighter? I feel like it's a little darker.
I can turn it up.
Turn it up one more.
It gets brighter.
Turn it up. Everybody put on your Oppenheimer glasses.
So I discovered recently that we have over 800 videos? That's a lot. We've been doing this for a handful of years now. And if you're ever curious if we've done a video on something specific, like say the Exorcist locations, because we have done that, or Ma Barker, we have done that, but they're a few years old now.
Lindsay, you're
awesome.
When
you go to YouTube and in the search bar, you can start typing in like Grim Life or Grim Life Collective and say put in Exorcist, and it will actually give you all of the videos that we have done. So you can just type in our name and like a random something, and it helps to find it.
I discovered
this recently. It's awesome.
I feel like we could be more.
I've done that
on our game about
Thank you, Lindsay.
Not releasing, but resharing old.
That would be through
videos.
Social media, though. Yeah. So that would be on Facebook and Instagram and that sort of thing, which we do occasionally, but. There is a way to find out if we've done a video on something. You just type it in and put our name in, and it does pop up, even if it's like several years old, because there's so many good ones that we did say like 5 years ago, which sounds crazy to say, oh my god, that video from 5 years ago, yeah, that was so good. Someone said they've been following us since the Hagrid's video, which was way back in the beginning. Practically, that's a long time. And you can't catch every single video we've done, and there's always people joining now. I thought that was cool. It was a useful tool, so I thought I'd share.
Henry W says Willy Wonka location is hard to beat for me.
Rabbit Keisha, right?
We say that all the time. We're like, how on earth can this beat? There's nothing that can beat what we just did. There's a new video. We have our next video that's going to be coming out is one of the most famous horror movies to ever be made. Not just in America, not just whatever, but I'm not talking like Night of the Living Dead or anything. I'm talking about one of the most famous horror movies ever to be made. We have a filming location video coming for this, and it's beautiful. It is one of the most beautiful videos we've ever put out, and it's I'm still thinking about it, and it's blowing my mind. And it's yeah, you guys are gonna love it. Which is funny because we say this all the time. There's kind of like this YouTube curse. Whenever we get really excited about releasing a video for you guys, because we're so excited about it, usually it doesn't do really good in numbers because it's like, oh, whatever. But if we go, you know what, let's do this video, and then we put it out, and it's like, people aren't going to really care for this.
But we
for
care.
some reason, it blows up like there's no tomorrow. So
really quickly, Shannon says, "Happy Halloween. Every time I wear my Grim Life t-shirts, people always ask about you. Oh, I tell them the one of the best channels and people on YouTube. The Wonka movie was good. Stay spooky." Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon. And we are so excited about seeing Wonka. We saw Barbie today.
Oh, wow. She saw The Exorcist when she was 7 when it came out.
That explains a lot, Nancy.
Been cool to see something like that in theater. I would have loved to have seen that in theater.
That explains a lot about you.
Does it?
Huh. I pretend like we know her, but we don't. Clues. What about the movie that's coming out? Red. The color red.
There's always going to be green. I've just, when I've gone back to rewatch some of our videos from Europe, because it's like, oh, that was such a good time. I want to see that again. When you're like me and you color your hair, you get a little self-conscious about the back of your head. Okay. So I'm watching all these beautiful videos, and there's me walking ahead with this.
Thank you, nobody's fault.
Terrible spot in the back of my head where my roots are growing out, because that's what grows the fastest is the back crown of your head. The front doesn't even bother me. It kind of looks cute. But the back, why does the back always look so bad?
You want to know why?
So, if I do change my hair, I would keep the green framed around my face, and I would just dye the rest a darker color. But I'm nervous. I haven't had dark hair in a really, really long time. I don't know if I could do it.
Somebody says, on a scale of 1 to 10, Alice, what did you think of the Barbie movie? It was cute.
It's always going to be green and no other color. I'm just saying that, though.
It was cute.
It was cute.
It was better than I thought it was going to be, but there was quite a few things that made me uncomfortable to watch it. Like, I felt like they were taking things a little too far, certain themes, and it became more like it was a little strange to watch at times, but I enjoyed it better than I thought I was going to. I'd give it a 7.
I loved how literal they were about the dream sets and like
the clothes and like
the drinks. I'm not used to there being something in there in my cup when I take a drink. She gets splashed in the face because it's real life.
David Bird. Sometimes ghosts move slow. You're a ghost.
Hi Brazil. That movie kind of opened a big conversation for a lot of people. I liked it. I thought it was campy and cute. And it's just a lot of things put out there that I think some of us deal with all the time that other people don't have to think about. And it can make you uncomfortable. But I think they really beat that message sometimes. And that can be kind of like, nah.
Hello, Chicago.
But I really love the theming of it overall. It was so cute. So cute.
What did we think of Oppenheimer? We finally sat down to watch it last week.
It was beautiful.
It was a beautiful movie. I really enjoyed it, and it was good. It left me with a lot of questions. I found myself just really kind of sitting there thinking about things.
I always, especially when someone does a movie on a person specifically, because it's more about him than the event, but you can't have the event without him.
No,
right?
It's about his shoe size.
I can't even guess what his shoe size is. I was going to try.
Well, that was the whole point of the movie.
What?
Yeah. I mean, Christopher Nolan and Matt Damon, they got together and they were like, we need to create this movie. And it's really what do they call it, an allegory? No. What's the word? Subliminal about the shine, because he was obsessed with shoes. Oppenheimer was.
Uh-huh.
So, that's what it's about. Who would have thought?
Uh-huh. Australia!
I am a room killer.
Yes. Yes.
It happens, bird dog.
Yeah.
Metaphor. That's it. Metaphor.
Whenever people aren't sure if he's
Don't look at her.
pulling their leg, they just look at me and they're like, "Oh." I'm like, "Yeah." It's like you can either go with it or just deadpan and wait until he's done.
Yep.
When you've been married to it for a while, I still don't know which one's gonna happen. Half the time, I think I just kind of like do what most wives would do: roll their eyes and walk away. Like, oh God, come on, all the time, really? Give me a break. Sometimes makes me laugh. Still makes me laugh. This is the original.
Yes.
Yes.
The original, 1974. Some of you guys have gotten a little late. The movie is going to start in about 5 minutes. It is the original Black Christmas, not Gray Christmas, not White Christmas. Definitely not White Christmas. We are too strange for that. It's not Pink Christmas, Blue Christmas, Green Christmas, Orange Christmas.
Can't find my pen. My pen.
It's Black Christmas.
Let's get my pen. Exactly, Seagull. I'm pretty sure that is just. Yeah, we love the Suspect movies. Actually, that's the Full Moon Productions is sort of kind of how we met.
Are you excited for the new Nosferatu? Nosferatu.
I am.
Yes.
But I'm always kind of iffy on the casting until I see the movie. Like, sometimes it's really difficult for me to see certain people's in the roles, and you've got to see what wardrobe can do. You got to see what makeup can do. You got to see if they can actually pull that character through successfully. So I try to reserve my opinions until I've seen the thing. Because listen, if I've ever been proven wrong on one movie where I was like, oh my God, how could you cast this person in that role? It would be Batman with, what's his name?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. I, up and down all day long, when people were excited about that movie, I would roll my eyes and say, I don't know why they cast him. It's going to be terrible. Thank you, Sheila. And he surprised me.
Can I say something without saying something?
You do it all the time.
But like, you know, what we saw, but not saying what we saw.
Okay, the casting, iffy.
Hold on. Okay.
We're under an NDA. We can't discuss it with you guys, but
how many folks here have seen the movie Hocus Pocus Part 2? Hocus Pocus Part 2. Who has seen it? Hocus Pocus Part 2.
I knew exactly what he was talking about. You didn't even have to. I got it. No, it wasn't bad at all, was it, Ashley?
No, it was fun. It was fun.
He did a great job. He did better than some of the previous Batmans.
So we saw.
Yeah, he was really surprising for me.
We saw that movie before it was even finished. We were invited to go check it out and see it and have our opinion given towards the movie. Was it good? Was it bad? What do we think? Are we fans? This and that. It was a test screening that we were invited to.
Yeah, we like Evan Peters. He's a good actor.
We liked it. We thought it was good. We didn't like the second song. I remember we weren't too fond of the second song, and we let them know. Was
that the second or the first?
No, there's the second song.
Where they come back alive and they immediately do.
Yeah, we like the One Way or Another. We're gonna get you. We like that, but we didn't like the other song. Whenever they come to life, we let them know that, but it still made it in there.
When they're like, "Who are they singing to?" Yeah. You. Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay.
So we can't say the name of the movie. We can't say the name of the movie, and I'm not going to because I like to keep us secrets. But within the past month and a half, I'm going to say that. Within the past month and a half, we have seen a movie that you do not know it yet. You do not know that it is. Okay, how do I say this? You do not know that it is a highly anticipated movie yet. You don't. But when the movie comes out, when they start advertising the movie, you're going to be like, "Oh my God, I got to see this movie."
There has been rumors, so it is out in the media.
Yep. So, yeah. So
not confirming anything. We're on an NDA. I can't even tell you if you get it right.
We actually got to sit down and watch it, and I can't tell you if we liked it or not.
1996 or 1976. Yeah, this is the original Black Christmas.
This Christmas news. Oh, it's 5:30. 5:30 our time, which means it is time for you to enjoy Black Christmas 1974. Again, if you're watching it currently right now, I'm sorry, in 7 days you're going to die because that link or that DVD or that
That's
Blu-ray
so mean.
that
Don't
you're
say
watching
that.
is haunted by the ghost
Of Christmas past.
of Christmas past. So
Christmas
stop.
future.
All right. Does anybody have any questions where the link to tonight's movie is? It is pinned at the top of the chat.
Highlighted in blue. You might have to scroll up to find it.
Mr. Something Else. See? Be careful. Better hide for the next 7 days. Pinned to the top of the chat as well as in the description below, you will find the link to Black Christmas 1974. We're going to do a countdown. We're going to watch it together. People have been asking us to do a not a watch party, a podcast. And we're like, oh, we should do a podcast. Maybe we shouldn't do a podcast. We should do a podcast. Everybody does a podcast. It turns out we've been doing a podcast nearly every week for the past couple years. And that is exactly what watch parties really are.
Technically,
And you are here. It's a live podcast, live watch party. With that being said, I know Coventina Sopery. So the link is on Tubi. We are watching our 4K release of it. It is queued up. If at any time you find yourself lost or want to know where we are in the video, in the movie,
shout out,
tramp stamp, like really loud. Depending
Scary
on where you live in
neighbors.
the world, family members might be asleep. Yell it to wake them up. Wake up grandma, wake up grandpa, that sleeping baby that you don't want to wake up because they cry and you finally have a few moments of like peace. Wake them up. It's worth it.
It's not.
It's worth it.
Let them sleep.
Babies are awesome.
Can't say I don't have any.
All right. Ready? 3,
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
2, 1. Hit play. We're all going to watch it together.
We're doing it on the Blu-ray, but which you can do too.
No,
it's I am Grandma, and I'm awake.
It is not Blu-ray. Get it right.
Hi, Grandma.
It is 4K.
But it is a 4K Blu-ray.
No, it is a 4K Ultra HD disc.
On a Blu-ray disc.
No, there is a Blu-ray,
Hi,
and then there is a 4K. Look. 4K Ultra HD and a Blu-ray. There is a Blu-ray disc in here. It is a 4K disc. Gosh darn it. Man. Christopher Moore, thank you very, very much. Yeah, Blu-ray is 1080 frames per second, FPS, or as we like to say, FIPS. I know, Angela, I am so sorry. Amanda McClure says we are adorable together.
Lindsay says it's on Peacock too, and there's no commercials if you have Peacock.
Peacock. It's okay, the Richards art. It is perfectly fine. Please, can you say hello to the When Evil Follows team in England, please? Hello, When Evil Follows team. Bah. Oh, speaking of European folks, our Nosferatu video. I say Nosferatu. I don't know why. Nosferatu. The Vegan Satanist.
Shannon. There usually is, yeah.
Our German friend, the Vegan Satanist. We've been friends with him for some time. He's on a date tonight. And we told him we'd give him a big shout out because he's not here. He's not with us. He's not dead. He's on a date.
He's not
DATEDEAD.
He's on a dead date?
Laurent.
Laurent?
What if he never told me it's her name? Maybe
he
it's
did not.
Maybe it's a corpse.
So we can't stalk her.
Right? It might be a corpse. We're trying to like fish information so we can
Grim
stalk
Life
her.
approved. We approve your dating.
Hope you guys are doing well today. And how was driving in the UK? Driving in the UK was pretty awesome, Master Dick. I enjoyed it. I thought I was a little worried about it. I was more worried about driving in the UK than anything else, and kind of got it.
I have a question for everybody here. How many of you guys have been on a date to a cemetery? Don't tell me what you did there. This is PG friendly.
Well, there was that one time
Just saying.
I found a rather flat tombstone.
Hey, that includes you, sir.
We had a picnic. We put down a really nice tablecloth.
We did not have a picnic on somebody's grave.
No.
That never happened. We did have a picnic in a cemetery, but it was at the benches.
Whoa! Why are you giving away secrets? People don't want to know this stuff. They want the nitty. They want the gritty.
Are you kidding me? Okay.
They want the gravel in your socks.
Okay. If you're at an up all night hangout party, then you guys know I get a lot of flack for when we do grave videos, gravestone, you know what I'm saying? When we do cemetery videos, because people think that when I'm enjoying myself and walking around and seeing the graves and playing in the leaves, that I'm disrespecting. Every time we do one, people scream that I'm disrespecting something. And it's like, my gosh, if you think walking to a grave that has no path is disrespectful, wait until you hear how they cut the grass.
Can I break your hearts for a moment? You guys ready? You want your hearts broken a week before Christmas, before the holidays? Come to the Grim Life Collective. So, I'm the one that sees most of the comments and the messages that come through. And there is no official Telegram account from the Grim Life Collective. If it's from the Grim Life Collective, it is from the Grim Life Collective. That is it.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we do a video where we visit a famous grave or a famous cemetery, a lot of people give us slack or give us flack, whatever you want. So, not all the time, but most of the time. For us walking on people's graves or walking or whatever. There are a lot of people out there who do sexy over-the-top photo shoots on graves. We walk respectfully through tombstones, through cemeteries to get to the place.
Anyone who's ever been to a cemetery knows that there are not walking paths through cemeteries. That's just what you have to do to get to the person that you're visiting as you walk around each other.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
I know that you guys know that we're very respectful in what we do, but I don't need to give them more cannon fodder.
No, are you ready for this? Hear me now. We have witnessed on multiple occasions,
Oh my God, parents.
multiple occasions, cemetery workers riding their lawnmowers over top of tombstones, little flat ones, around tombstones, spitting the chewing tobacco into the graveyard. All right, spitting, basically spitting on tombstones. We have witnessed countless cemetery workers having their lunch sitting on gravestones and then just throwing their trash and then getting back to work. We don't show all that stuff. We don't. But it's really is disgusting. And whenever people say, "Oh, you guys are so disrespectful. How dare you?" and stuff like that,
and dogs
we
too.
laugh at it.
Oh God, we see so many people walk their dogs through cemeteries and they do not clean up after
It is nasty out there.
After their dogs defecate on people's graves. It's terrible. I mean, there's some cemeteries we've been where almost every single person has a dog, and not a single one of them picked up after their animal. And it's like terrible. Yeah, it is.
Christopher
really
Moore, 100% have a few times actually. And I'm not trying to say we're like the God's greatest gift or whatever, the Mother Nature's greatest gift to whatever.
But if you're here, you know we try to be as respectful as we can on everything that we do.
It's so true. You can't please everybody.
But we get to rant to you guys because you're here. You know, we appreciate you. We appreciate your support, and we know that you see what we do and all the efforts that we put into it. But oh my gosh, the comments sometimes under those videos are brutal, are really, really brutal. And I have seen you guys defending us on there, so I appreciate that too. You know,
and
so thank you just all around.
This is such a weird comment to say, but I say this all the time. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. But when it comes down to it, we really made the channel. We didn't make it for you. It's for us.
You now, though.
We do think about you guys. Yeah. We the presentations of, but it's ultimately what the Grim Life Collective is a video photo album of a husband and wife's travels. So someday we can sit back and go, remember when we did that? And she's gonna wake up every day going, huh? What? Who are you? And I'm going to sit her in front of a TV, tape her eyes open like a Clockwork Orange, and say,
"It's an
watch
inside
this."
Joke that I'm going to have dementia, and that he's going to, like 50 dates, he's going to play all these videos for me and be like, "I'm your husband." And I'm like,
Chris Bong.
Yeah.
Halloween in USA is on my bucket list. Where should I go to experience a traditional but intense Halloween? Do you have a favorite place? Salem, Massachusetts.
Salem, Massachusetts, absolutely, yeah. That is first choice, smart choice.
You're probably at some point going to go, I want to go to New Orleans. which
That's a good too.
but trust me, you do
Salem.
not go
You
to
want to do
Salem.
Salem because it's also that beautiful, typical fall weather that you see in movies. Not every state's get that, but Salem absolutely does.
Wait a second.
And the big fallen leaves and stuff like that. Like here, we don't get that. You don't really have trees like that in LA. Where I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, we sometimes got that if you didn't get rained out. You grew up in Pittsburgh, you kind of get that, and same thing, you might get rained out. There might be a little bit of raining around Salem, but it's typically been clear. But yeah, go to Salem. Hands down, go to Salem.
You mentioned something called what was the word? I don't know. I never heard this word before. You said it began with an M.
Married?
No. Movies? You see it in the movies?
Yeah.
What's a movie? Keeping the dark alive. It's our business hearts.
Wives unite. Yay. Thank you, Richard. I forgot what I was saying.
Ha ha! I did it. I stopped the room.
Yeah, Salem is beautiful that time of year. We really, really do love it.
Old timey.
We one of these days I was saying
She's so cute.
we love to come to Mexico sometime, but I think I saw earlier and I meant to address it, but he was talking so I didn't. If we have any plans to come to Sweden and we don't right now.
Where's Jessica?
Nobody home.
Nobody home.
Nobody home.
I crush your head. Crush your head.
I crush it.
I crush your head. Oh, nobody home.
One of these days we will pass through Sweden, but we don't have plans set right now.
We can never go to Sweden.
To go to Sweden.
I have a strange fear, a crippling fear.
Why?
Of two things: the Swedish chef and Swedish fish. Screw that. Three things: Swedish meatballs.
But you love Swedish fish.
Damn it! I do. You caught me in a
I've
lie.
never had
Oh
Swedish
no!
meatballs, though. What exactly is a Swedish meatball anyway? Like,
So
what makes it different?
We go to the dentist, right? Like, we go to the dentist. We like the dentist. I don't like the. I go to the dentist and I cry. I hate the dentist. I hate it with a passion.
Sweden. Okay,
But like,
I didn't know that.
so like, they have you laying down at the dentist and they're like, doing your crap and stuff like that.
Glowing turtle, you're old just like us.
And every single time when you're laying down and then they raise you up and it goes like this, every single time, what do? I'm like, like The Walking Dead, and
Ooh,
the dentist likes it.
Okay. Oh. So more
I don't
like
like
a brown gravy instead of like a tomato sauce like we do here in America.
Tramp stamp, Shannon Fitz. Let's see here.
Okay. That sounds really good actually. It's kind of like a well, how do you say not a meatloaf, because that's, again, America uses like all tomato sauces for everything. Unless it's Thanksgiving, then you use gravy.
11 minutes, 35 seconds. 11 minutes, 35 seconds.
Growing up, I don't think I ever got to eat a meal with gravy unless it was around a holiday. Like, why do Americans reserve gravy for holidays?
It's gonna happen. Hold on.
Hers is a good one. I like her death.
This is the cover of the movie. This is the death.
Is it?
Of the movie.
It is. You're right. Never heard of it, Cello. Delusional haunted house. I don't know it. There's a million haunted houses. We get contacted by a lot of them, but I don't believe that I've heard that one yet. Yeah, we've seen the remake too. There's 2 remakes actually, so there's technically 3 Black Christmases that I'm aware of. I love the old the house lady who's a boozer. Can't say I've heard of that one either. Or have you heard of Reapers or Fish?
Yes.
That was in Pennsylvania. Are you American, John Morissette?
John.
Sorry, I asked that question and then I forgot to read the comments. I actually really like gravy too, but like at least in my house. Well, yeah, but you're Scottish. Like England and Europe put gravy on everything, and in my house especially, I never saw gravy unless it was around a holiday. I don't know why.
We've been watching a lot of Christmas movies here in this household. Not just like
'Tis the
horror,
season.
but Christmas. We're trying to get into the Christmas. We're trying to get into the holiday spirit.
Is it working?
No. Jason McKibben.
Ew, tomato gravy. That sounds disgusting.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
We have not watched Krampus yet, Jen, because we are saving that one for Christmas night. Because you see, during holidays and special occasions, Jessica and I have a very special. What's the word I'm looking for? Tradition.
We do?
We
Oh, we do.
We do. And we're going to be watching Krampus for Christmas this year. And they're so
I'm gonna buy bearing Christmas cookies at the crossroads with your hair. You know what? That sounds like a plan.
So the holiday, so Christmas is on Monday, the 25th. Monday the 25th. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to have a holiday Christmas watch party on the 24th.
Sounds good.
So it'll be Sunday, the day before.
You know what's been stuck in my head since I was like 8?
Cheese.
No.
Ooh, don't tell me. Fig Newtons. It's
Why would
it's
it
a
be
Newton,
food?
not a cookie.
Why would it be food?
Because you like food all the time. French fries.
But why would it be stuck in my head?
French fries on the brain.
I don't know what that means.
Down the drain.
Well, fair enough.
Insane.
It's the Chipmunks rendition of Christmas
Oh,
song.
how's that song go?
Oh, I don't know. Forgot.
Oh no, you know it. You know it.
No,
How's it go?
I don't know.
Yep. Sing it.
Can't make me.
Get over here,
No.
thing.
No, I won't do it. Pay me. Pay me, I'll
Have you
sing it.
seen Go? We have. I watch it every Christmas. You guys should watch it regardless if
Go?
you haven't seen it. We have seen Go.
Have we?
I've seen Go. I don't think you have. Fig Newtons are too dry or a cookie for my liking. What's the ones that I like from Target?
They're Fig Newtons,
The
essentially, but they're like an organic.
It's called like Nature's Basket. It's Nature's Basket Fig Newtons. They
Something
come in
like
like
that,
a
yeah.
magenta box or like a blueberry in the blue box.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I like.
What is Go about, Lindsay? Because I don't think I've seen that one. I mean, we watched The Night Before
Stephen
Christmas all the
Robinson.
time.
We are Stephen Robinson. This one is for you.
Christmas.
16 minutes and 10 seconds. 16:10. We have not seen Eli Roth Thanksgiving, Chris. We will when it becomes available on streaming. We'll watch it here on our TV.
A lot of people liked it. I saw the previews for it. I haven't really looked that deep into when it comes out yet to be available. But it's one of those things where like every time a movie comes out that seems interesting, we're like, oh, maybe we'll go see it in a theater. And then we're reminded of the past 15 times we've tried to go see a movie in the theater and it's been absolutely ruined by other moviegoers. And it's like, why am I paying nearly $30 a ticket to go see a movie that I can't enjoy? I may as well just rent it from my house for cheaper because we have a massive TV, you know? Techno and drugs, it's hilarious and amazing. Oh, okay. Well, that sums that up.
That's a random thing to say. Or is it? No.
What Go is about.
Yes.
That's what Go is about, yeah. The same thing happened to us, Jen, for Nun 2.
What's that? Oh, yeah. We saw the Nun 2 in Toronto.
Every movie we go to, everyone's always talking through the whole thing, and I can't do it. It's something that it makes my ear physically twitch. Like, I cannot do it. So every time a cool movie comes out, and we're like, oh, maybe we should go see it. And then we're like, it's like, why? It's just going to get ruined anyway. And now you're going to be out like $50. You know, it's getting expensive to go anyway. It's like, with the price of tickets nowadays, why are you talking through the whole thing? Just stay at home.
It's nice to see so many people are rich that they can just throw away their money and sit there in a theater and just be like, I don't care what I'm watching. You know, there used to be a time where going to the movie was like
a big deal.
It was a big deal. It was a big deal.
Maybe it's because we grew up like fairly poor that like we have a different appreciation, or because we're not the generation that grew up, you know, during I want to say outbreak, but I don't think that's the right word. I don't know, you know, and because every time that it happens, it's not always teenagers. It's not the people you would expect, honestly. Sometimes it's much older people, parents, families. Like there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just people don't care anymore. Yeah, right. 3 times. I grew up with a theater that I don't know if it's still standing because it's been a while. That literally had a dollar theater. So
I don't know, Darlene.
When there was Johnny, when there was a movie,
welcome Johnny to the afterlife,
that hit the regular theaters, like 6 months later, it would come to this one theater. It was a one-screen movie. You know, tickets were like $1.25 or $2 or something like that, and it was always a packed house. And that place, you could hear a pin drop.
I missed the dollar theaters.
Yeah.
The 150. Somebody says, what do you think of Dario Argento? Never heard of him. I think he did a movie called Black Christmas. It was
Did he do one called Buttface?
No. He did one called Deep Fred. And Suspensia. Suspensions. No, I'm a big Argento fan, actually. Big Argento fan. We are coming back to Scotland, Scottish Digger. We'll be there in May and June of 2024. I'm doing good, Dustin.
I love her. I love her so much.
As a matter of fact, I could show you the way. I have to go to a store near there. I know where it is.
It keeps flying by.
Time.
We know Kawaf. Dario Argento also did Suspiria.
Quaff.
Oh man! So as much as I love the idea, Professor Fear, of an Argento maze at HHN, I think it would bore the pants off of everybody who went to go see it.
What did HHN? I missed it.
Halloween Horror Nights.
No. What there though?
An Argento maze. Having an Argento maze.
I think there's a lot you could do with a lot of like, because of strobes, a lot of like blood or just red walls instead of black walls.
Yeah,
that could be cool. I mean, it depends on. Listen, they've turned some so-so movies into some awesome mazes.
Dustin, bleh.
So you never know. Is anybody here watching the Chucky television show?
We started watching the Chucky television show, and I'm not gonna lie, it is ridiculously, stupidly, otherworldly.
You kind of had
addicting.
to work to get through the first season. Like you had to commit to it. You know what I mean? And once it got into the second season, at least towards the end of the first season, it was a lot easier to swallow. I kind of started living for the opening sequence where they showed Chucky, and then like the theme, there's like something that spells out his name and all the parts are moving. I kind of started getting really excited about that, honestly. A lot of the kill scenes have been amazing.
No, he's not the voice of Chucky in the show. The show is, it's insanely silly. and insanely uncalled for. But it's like watching the world's greatest train wreck happen. That is wrecked and derailed on purpose. It's amazing.
I really love his daughter in it, though.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't remember her first name, but Dorf.
Fiona.
I love, though. Sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but she can jump back and forth between two personalities really, really well, and I think she does a great job. And I loved her in, was it 2 movies or 3 movies at the tail end of the movie series?
You will not regret it, 218. Just give it time. Just watch it.
Yeah,
and just
listen.
When you think you want to stop watching it, just continue watching it. It's insane.
It takes a little dedication to get through. It honestly becomes a choice to get through it. And then you'll just kind of be like, wow, they really kicked up the gore.
Right? And then the best is at the very end of the seasons, whenever Chucky decides to do he breaks the wall and then he talks to you about his kills. It's amazing. So, yeah.
Brad Dourif does do some voicing of Chucky in the show. He was just saying somebody else wasn't the voice. Mark Hamill was not the voice.
He was the one in the movie. We actually did a video. We did a video in Pittsburgh. We went to a drive-in when that Chucky movie came out where Mark Hamill did it.
Oh.
And we did a review. At the very end, we're like, we didn't like it. End of video. Have a good night, Chris.
I'm going to be honest. I forgot that movie existed. I forgot that train wreck of a horror movie existed. I did not like it at all. I did not like that it became some malfunctioning machine that completely takes away the entire story about what Chucky is supposed to be. I hated it. I didn't like the acting. I didn't like
Cocaine, that's right. It sucked.
I didn't like much of anything. And I disliked it so much, I forgot it existed, so I don't really remember much about it anymore. I didn't care for Megan either.
Yeah.
Megan felt very empty to me.
We have not seen Wonka yet. We're going to wait
Not
for it to
yet.
come on, to be available on demand.
Chucky is on Peacock, right? I think he's on Peacock.
Is it Peacock? Yeah,
that's the
Peacock.
Universal. Yeah, Universal's.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hell, not again.
Oh, hell, not again. The crazy breathing. We've been talking, and if you've never seen this movie, you can actually hear what the killer or what the person on the other line is saying. And sometimes it can get very comical and very crude.
I realized something when we watched this again the other night so I can freshen up because it's been a while. And this was not the first one I saw. The first one I saw was the remake, not the most recent one, but the one in the middle, sometime in the 90s, I believe. And
Timestamp. John
there's a
asks for
whole
a timestamp.
sequence of scenes that you don't get in this film that you get in the one that
26 minutes,
followed.
25 seconds. 26, 25. 26, 25.
Which essentially explains what's happening on the phone. And I wondered while I was watching this, because I saw that one first, would people get what he's spelling out over the phone that he says through the course of the movie if they hadn't seen the remake first? I probably would. I think I would catch on because there's a couple of key phrases that you do hear the killer
Carrie,
saying.
we're watching. It's a watch party.
I don't know. Did you guys have any difficulty with that? Any of you guys who saw this version first?
So somebody said, actually, maybe it was USA and Sci-Fi, but it's now streaming on Peacock and Hulu as well. Eternal, you bring up a good point. We have noticed when we came back to the States that depending on where you are in the world, shows might be different on certain things.
Oh, they're on different streamers. Yeah.
So like here in the United States, the TV show Bones is on Hulu. But in England, the TV show Bones is on Disney Plus.
Yeah. So apparently Hulu doesn't exist in England, and most of the Hulu properties that you see here in America are on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
There's a lot on Disney Plus that you guys have that we don't have here. And same thing with Netflix. There's a lot that you guys have on Netflix that we don't have here.
Premieres on USA and Sci-Fi First. Good one, Jeremiah.
Yeah,
Black
Evil Dead
Christmas,
Rise was
Ivy.
great.
Yes, as the title says, Grim Up All Night. Black Christmas watch party. But I guess if you didn't know that there was a movie called Black Christmas, maybe it's a spooky Christmas. All of the looks in this movie are so good.
All ye old vintage 70s,
I
like
dig it.
genuine 70s
Right?
though, not like stylized 70s. Yeah.
Where were we at? We were in
Talk to
Target.
Me was good.
We're-
Like Talk to Me.
We were walking through Target today,
Yes.
and there was a little girl's dress that looked like it came out of the 1970s.
Oh, all the flowers.
All the flowers.
Yeah, the
So,
flower power design.
I don't think it's a spring thing because it's too early for that. But Target looks like it's bringing back a lot of the 1970s
Well, they're doing
flower
a lot
power
of pink
kind of
right
stuff.
now. Pink for Christmas this year is their theme. It seems like.
Dustin, special thanks to you, Michael, for putting all the hard work and editing to making Willy Wonka video. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, that
Hey,
would be
Graham,
cool if they
did you
did.
hear they are turning Stephen King's house into a museum? We've heard that.
I've heard that for a long time.
Yeah, it's something they've
actually.
been trying to do for the longest time. It was like a writer's retreat and then a museum. It's one of those things that we've heard that they've been trying to do something for so long that
Nothing really
Eh,
ever happened.
it's kind of lost its
long
luster, to
running.
be honest,
I
which
think at
sucks.
this point it's like an urban legend.
And if they do something that's awesome, that's
Great.
really awesome.
Yeah, I'd go back up there in a heartbeat to see it. I'm always looking for a good excuse to go back up to Bangor, Maine. It's a different kind of place, and it's really, really pretty. I loved the state park.
No, not since last night.
I saw people get boo-boos on that park.
So you went down to the police station with Phil and Bob.
It was a lot of climbing, and I saw a lady lose her gripping and didn't have her foot in the right place, and she fell a couple times.
We have
Cracked
seen
her
the movie
tailbone.
Talk to Me, Robert Tucker. If you haven't seen Talk to Me, do it. It's one of the scariest, most interesting movies we've seen in a long time.
Not
Original.
sponsored by Monster, no.
No.
The cider donuts were just outside of Salem, Massachusetts, in a place called Lee in New Hampshire. And it's a haunted experience. I wouldn't call it a haunted house, but it's called Haunted Overload, is where we had the cider donuts.
Bye, Gypsy. She's gonna go put her trash out.
He really banged up that audition. He sounds terrible.
We have seen Barbarian.
Yeah.
Barbarian was good.
I just got a signature from them actually in my...
By the way, I went to Tom Devlin's and Omega Mart 2 weeks ago, and I was in Vegas for the first time. Amazing, especially when the gummies hit me.
Awesome. We haven't been to Tom Devlin's in a minute. He's always changing it, so you got to stop by in there like every couple of months at least, because he's always adding something.
We are going back to Vegas next month, but
Janine!
not
Hi, Janine!
for that. We're doing something very
Welcome,
special. There's a
darling.
podcast.
Hi,
Jeannie. Oh, welcome to the Ghost Club. Welcome to
Oh, I said Janine.
the afterlife. Janine. What did I say?
How did you pronounce it?
Janine.
Janine? Janine?
Janine. Oh,
Janine?
is it Jan? Is it? All right. So Janine. Oh, real quickly. If I say it correctly, type in Michael. If she says it right, type in Jessica. Is it Janine or
Janine.
what
You
did
said
I?
something. I don't know what you said.
Is
You
that-
made something up. You put an E or a Y on the end.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Gosh darn it! I don't know. I said it right. You said it wrong.
Well, I'll let you have that one.
Spell it. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I'm so sorry.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong entirely. Yeah, why is nothing being done about Claire Harrison missing?
What? Oh.
They're upset. Their friend is missing. She's dead in the attic.
Shh, 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 shh. The cops are paying extra close attention to the man in the fur.
It was the 70s. Not really out of place for back then, I would say. Sleepy Hollow is a Christmas movie. Are they celebrating Christmas in Sleepy Hollow? I don't think so. No, it's not.
Right? The calls are coming from inside the house.
No.
Is she drawing on a centerfold?
Yes. Die Hard has been said to be a Christmas movie. I did hear officially that was voted on or something like that.
But didn't he say that it's not a Christmas movie?
Who? Oh, the director?
Bruce Willis?
No, Bruce Willis said it is. Bruce Willis said it is a Christmas movie. But I don't know what the director has said, if he said anything at all. She's so young. Look at her. Oh, that curly hair. It's awesome. That gosh was incredibly uncomfortable. I think most of the furniture from back then, 70s and 80s, was not kind of furniture. Hi, Ray Ray. Gremlins is definitely a Christmas movie.
It is not a Christmas
It
movie.
so is.
It is not
It
a
is.
Christmas movie.
What is it then?
It is a Christmas movie.
This is our house like 24/7. In case you're wondering, yes, I do deal with this all the time. Marriage, am I right?
I just like causing a ruckus.
I know.
Causing a ruckus.
I know.
Right? Welcome to the Ghost. Jacqueline? Jacqueline.
Yeah,
Jacqueline Rosado.
Yes.
Thank you. And welcome to the afterlife. You know what's a Christmas movie?
Rawr.
Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee.
Why? Because it has a lot of red in it?
No. Because it's on an island.
Like the Misfit Toys?
No. Christmas Island? What don't you get?
What is Christmas Island? I don't know about Christmas Island.
Wait, you mean to tell me that you would not go to a Christmas Island if it existed?
Oh, probably not.
What on earth? Jingle bells, sleigh, mistletoe, hot chocolate, Eskimos. Wait. Eskimos. Yes, reindeer. Reindeer.
I mean, Christmas is nice and all, but it's not my favorite. I have to work up to getting in the spirit, okay? Like you know what I like about Christmas? Lights. I like lights. I am
Scrooged is the best one.
basically a firefly. You just got to show me pretty lights, and I'm like, ooh. You know, I'm one of those people, ADHD as hell, you know. So if something's going to be decorated with a whole bunch of lights, I'm in. I want to see it. I'm good to go. But it's not my favorite holiday. I'm not Christian or Catholic. And I appreciate the holiday and loving everybody and all that stuff. But I love everybody. But, it's not my favorite time of year.
I think my favorite Christmas movie. That's
I'm so distracted by shiny things. I am so distracted by shiny things.
My favorite Christmas movie that's technically not horror, even though it has some horror elements to it, is Scrooged with Bill Murray. I love that movie.
Wait, that's technically not a Christmas movie?
It is a Christmas movie. It's technically not a horror movie. Yeah.
What would you call that if it's not a horror movie?
It's a
drama.
No, it's a Christmas movie.
No, I mean, is it considered a drama instead of a horror movie?
It's not a horror movie. It's a holiday movie. Look at that face. Or Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
You'll watch that one on your own.
No, it's a great one. We're watching that next week.
Listen, I watched so many bad movies with you, but on that one, I think I'll let you have just for your very own.
I made her watch this the other day.
Oh, it's so boring.
It is a classic, ahead of its time, and an amazing movie. And
I honestly, that one I would not watch again, but I would watch again. Mausoleum. That's what we watched the other night. Yeah.
I love 70s horror.
So he really loves those slow burner movies, which
Slow
I do
burner.
like some of them sometimes. Tell Larry we said sup.
Larry.
Well, we have a store nearby,
It's
David,
got good
called
mental
Amoeba,
health.
and they always have new releases from the independent suppliers. So most people probably have to find them online from like Vinegar Syndrome or whoever is putting them out at the time. Yeah, I mean,
Alice
I
Home
probably
Alone
would watch
is
it again.
definitely not a Christmas movie.
But like, I'm not gonna specifically go, oh, you know what? I want to watch Messiah of Evil. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. But one of the things that I have a lot of issues with 70s films, especially 70s horror films, is they really overuse those extremely loud, piercing sounds. And
Like
I have
what?
damaged audio nerves, and it really, really hurts. Like, I cannot take it. So it's moments like that I really want to get up and walk out of the room because it's just causing me physical pain.
It's on screen. Eaten by a cat.
It's just those piercing noises. I don't like it.
How about Lethal Weapon?
I'm not drunk. I can't talk for him though.
No, I'm fine.
See, you give me too much slack. Now people think you're tipsy.
I'm just.
He's like this all the time.
I'm crazy.
He has his own brand of comedy. That's why I have wrinkles. You can't see him on camera. Thank God.
For some reason, everybody's watching the video going, you guys have perfect teeth. And it's like, oh, it's the light.
What?
It's the light.
It's the light. Look, I'm missing one. I got a metal implant.
She's bionic. She's got metal on.
Hopefully, not this dentist appointment. Probably won't have it in for at least another month or so because of the fittings and what do you call it? The mold. I gotta get impressions and stuff like that taken. So probably won't have it for a while. Yeah, use all the fog you want to use, right, Lindsay? I love that. But those super those sounds, I can't take it. And a lot of the 70s horror use it, and I hate it. Who shaved their head? Did you shave your head? Well, he used to shave the sides, but that's because we lived in Orlando and it was hot.
No plans on shaving any hair. We are looking
This
at
hair's for you.
timestamp 40 minutes, 45 seconds. 40 minutes, 45 seconds.
Sound off birth years? 1982. No one ever believes me. I always have to point my ID out for people who hear that I was born in 72.
Silver tooth to protect Jessica from the werewolves.
Well, this is just an anger. They're going to take this out. So I have a screw in my face right now, and that's the cap to protect it. And they're going to screw in a new tooth. I think that's how it works.
Damn it. Every time they show it, I gotta show it. Steve Barton.
Thank you, sweetheart. I'm so
your
glad that
videos.
you enjoyed it.
Thank you. Great work. Thank you very much. There are more coming. We still have videos that we haven't put out yet.
Yeah.
That we're working very quickly on, and we're also going back to Europe very soon. So
you can go to specialty dentists and have things made, or have your teeth capped with things. That is something that you can do. Yes, he naturally has them. I thought about having little teeny tiny ones done. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I did see someone in New Orleans once for fangs. I don't think it was them, though. I don't remember what they were called. I lost them anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So, like, if you're killing everybody in the house, right, but you're hiding in the attic, Do you sneak down to use the bathroom? And if so, do you not flush because that would alert people to your presence?
You go in the corner.
Ew. Ew.
Funny Farm is a good movie. Nick, good one.
Christmas lasers, oh no.
All Rainbow Sparkle 666 asks, what are you planning on doing in Scotland next year? We never tell. Sometimes we do,
Josiris around
but not anytime soon.
February.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I know who she is.
No, it's just every time. I got to do it.
I think we're hoping that we'll have all of our merchandise in and up on the website February. Hopefully. Yeah.
Everything's ordered. We just got to wait for everything to get here. And trust me, as soon as it gets here, we are so excited to tell you guys what it is, how it looks, and then it'll be up.
Facebook, Instagram, places like that. We post.
Tammy Hill says, hi, Michael. Fellow Pittsburgher here. When are you planning on coming back to the Berg? So, as of right now, we are going to be at Horror Realm HorrorCon in Pittsburgh on March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Horror Realm. HorrorRealm. Horror Realm. We will be there March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
We've been to Canada. We did one of the small pop-ups there called Halloween Market.
Here it is. Crazy. Always on the telly, Scottish Digger.
I can see that, Eric. I feel the same way about Star Wars and Thanksgiving, not because they released around then, but I was always taken to a family member's house for Thanksgiving. We'd always meet over at their house. And on some of the television channels, they played the first three back to back all day long, just over and over and over. So for me, Star Wars is always going to be a Thanksgiving
54.
thing.
Welcome to the Ghost Club.
Hi.
Welcome to the afterlife. Where you... Oh, some of you guys don't know this. The Ghost Club.
I have so many guilty pleasure movies. I couldn't even name them all.
The Ghost Club is like a little Ghost Club Afterlife membership for the Grim Life Collective. And basically what it gets you is we have, for Christmas, we have once a month, we do a Ghost Club only hangout. No movie. We just kind of hang out and just talk to you guys. It's going to be one coming up for Christmas. It's going to be announced any day now. You get early access to all the videos. Usually it's a couple hours before, but we've been trying to get them out the night before. So if it comes out at 9 o'clock in the morning, by 9 o'clock the night before, you can watch the video before anybody else. And we try to sit there and talk with everybody.
The last two Up All Night watch parties, we had a video that was going live the next day. So you guys got to get it right after the live ended, but we don't have one going tomorrow. So
it's a big video, that's why.
One tonight.
So I'm going to say, let's see, today's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So probably Monday morning, there's going to be a video for you guys. Or Tuesday, probably Tuesday morning to be more realistic. So Monday night, if you're a Ghost Club member, you will have access to the next video. If I can get it done sooner, trust me, you guys will get it sooner. But you don't feel like you have to join in order to watch it. All of our videos are always free. It's just, it helps out the Grim Life Collective if you want to help out. And it's much appreciated.
Glad you enjoy it, Michael. Welcome to the family.
Honk.
The Hatchet movies? I know you've seen the Hatchet movies. I remember when they were being re-released, and I was like, oh, these must be good because everyone's going crazy. So I watched a few, and not a fan. Not a fan.
I'm a fan of Adam Green. I like all the stuff he's done, including Holliston. Big Holliston fan.
Yes.
And the movie Frozen. That's probably our favorite.
That's a good one. Yeah, I really like Frozen. I think about that movie sometimes, but what I would do if I was in that position.
Do you guys work in the arts? MP. Do you guys work in the arts?
No.
This is what we do. We do YouTube full time. That's
Yeah.
it. We travel almost nonstop, putting out different videos and meeting people and going to different conventions. This is what we do. We devoted our entire lives for it. And it's not always
Every
as
day,
glamorous as
all
people
day.
think.
No, it's really not. And we budget, guys.
We
God,
budget
we
like there's
budget.
no tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, how many times do you go, man, I just can't wait to go home and unwind, to unravel, to decompress? You know, how many of you are homebodies? And then you go to work for a couple hours a day. We work constantly. We travel constantly. This one here is more of a homebody than I am.
I am.
And I'm like, let's
You're
go
like,
do
"Okay,
this.
Let's go do this. I'm like, no.
She's like, I'm not doing it. I'm staying home.
I need home time a lot more.
Yeah.
He's a get up and go kind of guy, and I'm always tinkering on something in the house. You know, I always have something that I want to get finished that is bothering me in the home, kind of thing. So I do enjoy my home time.
Do, David, make movies and documentaries. That's right. I'm a filmmaker. We are filmmakers.
Yeah. Yeah.
When do you go to Japan?
at
Punk
this
Rock
point, I
Girl
think
54.
that's
Can I
fair to
come?
say.
Oh, well, we go to Japan. We're still working out the details, but it is going to be in September into October. We're still working on the details when we're supposed to be. We are going to be, more than likely, the plan is to do the media opening nights for Universal and Disney in California and Universal in Orlando. And then we're going to be going over almost directly after that. So it should give you a time frame.
Yeah, we're doing Disneyland, Tokyo Disney Sea, probably Puro Land, which is Hello Kitty.
There's a lot that we're doing.
Universal Studios, yeah. We're park nerds. We love our parks, you know. I gotta go. Gotta go while I'm there. Gotta go. Good night, Indonesia.
Man, Mocaine, we love Not Scary Farm. We've done it. I think we skipped it last year. I don't know. Like, Knott's has been good. Knott's brought us on for their media team 2 years ago. Not this past year, but the one before it. And we kind of operate with some transparency here. We are all about working with Knott's for the scary Halloween season.
One day, Jody.
And we're not a news outlet. We're not. So we got Not Scary Farm asked us if we would come in and cover the Not Scary Farm stuff, which we were like, yeah, let's do it. So we did it. And we started to do it, and they wanted us to do a lot more. They wanted us to do a lot more, which is fine. We were all about it. But then we got hired to do a big Halloween project. We got hired to do that. So we told them, even before we started talking with Knott's, that, hey, this is what we're going to be doing. And when it happened, Knott's just kind of didn't respond. They just kind of was like, we don't need you after this. And I was like, oh, well, okay. So there's people out there that, like, Knott's puts on a great show. Knott's puts on a great show. They really do. But there's never really got the sense of like a horror community, horror family from them.
No, more like a marketing.
Yeah, it's very marketing, very whatever. That's not knocking them. They can do however they want, but we've told this story a few different times that they just kind of. I think the email was, "We don't need you at that point," and it's like, okay, well, fine.
Well,
we don't need you either.
Everybody.
Screw you.
Yeah, but I mean, if you started negotiations with somebody for them to do something for you, and then you tell them that you don't need them to come out and make content, that's different. But the way they worded it was a bit more rude than that. So it just kind of like, oh, geez, okay.
And if somebody's from Knott's watching this, and like, trust me, I have like email trail of this conversation. We'd love to go back And you know what?
Yeah, we love it there.
You know,
We had a
this
good
year
time.
for 2024, if we're in town, you bet your bottom dollar we're going to go to Not Scary Farm because they put on one heck of a show. But I feel like they could have been a lot more. I wouldn't say classy. They could have been a lot more professional when it came to
I don't know if there was
communication.
too many people on the thread and not the right people were responding or what was happening, but
Well, thank
in
you,
person,
Suzanne.
everything was a great conversation, and once it became digital communication,
Thank you,
it
Suzanne.
just got weird and
Yeah.
just ended up not happening. And that's not because of our end, but yeah, we love Knots, and we'd happily go back. I would love to see India one day. I really would. I want to go everywhere. A lot of people ask us to please come and see this and please come and see that and please come to my country, please come to my city, please come to my state. Guys, we want to go everywhere. It's just a matter of time of what year we'll do what. We let you know when we're doing different things, and I would absolutely be honored to go to India one day. You bet your bum I'm coming to Australia. I can't wait. One of these days, probably after Japan, I would say let's do Australia. I want to see New England. Look, there's so much to see.
There's a lot.
I want to do it all.
There's a lot.
I want to do it all.
I think we mentioned this before. Last year for 2023, we drove from the West Coast to the East Coast and back time. I think it was like 5 times.
Spiders.
Cross country 5 times.
Yeah.
This year, we decided that we're going to limit that as much as possible. And instead of driving cross country back and forth, we're going to use that time and go more overseas, spend more time overseas. So last year we did a lot of Days of the Dead horror conventions, and they're great people. Bill, the guy who runs the show,
We have
great
rainbows,
people.
yes.
And we're working on a show or 2 with Days of the Dead, but we're not going to be at all of them again this year. It'll happen, Cindy. We did it, a Bluey experience.
Listen, I love my animations. I love my cartoons. Okay, Bluey is my jam. Huntsman Spider, is that the Huntsman's in Australia? Because I believe that we also have the Huntsman's here in Orlando. I remember I think it's called the Huntsman. They're really, really common down in Florida, and they get stuck in your house a lot. And I would just scoop them up in a bowl or a dish or something and toss them right back out the window. You'd be like, here you go, guys. Same thing with any kind of bug. Anything that gets trapped in the house that's not supposed to be in the house, I just throw them right back out the window.
Some people have mentioned Monster Mania and Chiller and different things like that. The best thing that you guys can do, believe it or not, a lot of these conventions have been are owned and run by people who are knee deep in the world of horror, like horror movies and horror TV shows, like getting some of the biggest names in these horror movies. It's odd. We're at a crazy time where things are changing, and things like YouTube and social media influences sometimes are bigger than some of the celebrities that they get. And I'm not saying that we're better than a trained actor or anybody. We're not saying we're better than anybody. I'm just saying that we are part. We are a part of a new breed that's happening that a lot of horror conventions and different things are picking up on, and which is kind of cool, which is really kind of cool. And some people aren't seeing that just yet. So if you have a convention that's near you, and tell them about us, say, hey, Grim Life Collective, my family and I watch it. They're growing. They do all these places. They're like they just tell them about us and see what they say. Good night, Joseph.
Good night, Joseph. We've discussed this for a long time, honestly, that it's not up to us if we're at a convention or not. It has nothing to do
Thank you,
with
Charlie.
us reaching out to them
Tramp stamp, Jeremiah.
or us not wanting to be at their convention. We've been booked into conventions and then they've dropped us at the last minute.
57:45.
I've had people express their interest in having us at their convention, and then when I reach out to make it happen, have been left on red. You know, they really want to hear from the people attending who to bring. So sometimes the best thing that you guys can do in getting us into a place that you want to see us in,
Andres, awesome.
is to let them know on their social media. Say, hey, bring the Grim Life Collective. Hey, bring the Grim Life Collective. We want to see Grim Life Collective. Bring them to your convention. Because sometimes we just might not be on their radar. And sometimes it's all about representatives and all this stuff. It's a crazy, messy world in the convention circuit.
And we keep throwing the name convention out there, like these horror conventions, horror realm, Days of the Dead, Chiller, Monster Mania. And here's why. There are YouTube content creators out there that will meet fans or people who watch their videos in parks or on the strangest places. They'll just kind of go. That's in today's day and age. Nothing against you guys and nothing against us. It's not really the safest environment. If at a horror convention, if you wanted to do a meet and greet with us, we chose, both Jessica and I choose to do our meet and greets at horror conventions. One, for a couple different reasons. The first one being it's safe for us and it's safe for you. Two,
just me, Scottish digger.
Not only do you get to have a meet and greet with us if you want, but also you get to see other horror celebrities from your favorite movies. 2, 3, you can do some shopping because there's some amazing vendors there. And it's a horror community where people of like-minded just hang out. There's cosplay, there's families that go to these places. You can watch movies. It's an event, it's an experience. And we're very lucky to be a part of that.
Rain.
Yeah.
So we're in a place where everyone is safe and dry, can take breaks and walk around and do what they need to do. Just safe environments, honestly. Like I'd hate to do something out in public somewhere where a lot of people I know are going to bring their kids, because we get a lot of kids that come up and say hi, and then somebody gets hurt doing something because kids were running around or what have you, God forbid. So conventions or we did an appearance once for
different stores or museums, anything.
Yeah.
So if we do a meetup, it has to do at least one thing, and that one thing is help the business or wherever we are, help them in some way, whether it's a restaurant or a museum. You can come and meet us and we can meet you for a meet and greet, but also you get to experience this awesome store. You get to experience this amazing museum. You know what I mean?
Other things for you to do.
Museum. Bird Dog is being a dork. Yeah, Bird Dog. I'm talking about you.
What is your accent called? Because you're from Pittsburgh.
I don't know. I say things strange.
No, so
museum.
I'm Midwestern. So my accent is Midwestern. What is yours considered?
I don't know. It's
Pittsburgh.
Tri-state, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So it's like museum. People get on me all the time for how I say things.
Yeah, we've done them before.
Yeah, Halloween Depot, great people.
We've done Tom Delbin's Monster Museum because
Pittsburghese. There you go,
Tammy. Any place that would normally do meet and greets, we are happy to go and appear there. We just need to know about them, have some way to reach out to people, or they can reach out to us.
Do I really have an accent?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. We don't say Eminem. We say mm-mm.
So the biggest thing that Jessica loses her mind over is I will say pull. But I can't hear the difference.
Say it in a sentence.
Okay, I can't hear the difference between. Right now, you ask me the questions, I'll tell you the answers. There's 3 of them. Go ahead.
You go swimming in a
pool.
You take the flag up a
pool.
It's not pushing. It's a
pool.
All
For
3,
me,
same pronunciation.
I'm saying it all differently, but nobody else is hearing me say it differently.
No. So the first word you said,
pool.
I didn't know if you were saying a pool or a pole.
Right? Like I can't get this. Now, also, when I was little, I had some major issues with my ears, and I was in speech therapy for many years.
The same museum.
You can suck it. See? Look at this. Pull. So there's a movie. We went back and we did Tim Burton's. What was the island? Big Fish filming locations.
Yes.
And Jessica lost her mind because in the video we're visiting the dark forest. The dark forest.
Yes.
But when I said it on the video, it sounds like, "Hi guys, today we're visiting the Dork Forest." She's like, "What did you just say?" I said, "The Dork Forest." She's like, "The Dork Forest?" I'm like, "Yeah, the Dork Forest." She's like, "The dark."
The dark forest.
I don't know.
Sometimes you talk fast. It's like when you want to say yard or lawn and you combine the two to
Do I really have an accent?
yeah.
I'm so self-conscious now. I don't have an accent.
Yes, you do. Do I?
No.
Because
then
Midwestern, we don't sound like anything.
But then I've been around you for so long. Maybe when I first met you, I was like, "Damn, she talks weird."
Do I have an accent? I'm sure I do. I actually am rather nasally. I hate that. You got the ism.
Oh God.
You got that new baby. You got that new
Do you guys know what
baby.
chipped ham is?
No.
Chipped ham?
No.
Isley's chipped ham?
No.
Downtown?
Downtown. Party park.
Party far?
Ketchup.
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 Ketchup. Chipped ham. Bird dog says chipped ham. Chipped ham. Chipped beef. Chipped ham. Chipped ham.
Do I have an accent to you
It's like
guys?
paper thin ham.
I feel like I have your stereotypical American sounding
Damn, she talks
accent.
weird. Damn, she talks weird. Wow, I'm all about that.
I do have an accent.
Yes, he did.
I know you do. I
Did
don't have an
Pennsylvanians say
accent.
buried or buried or buried? Buried. I say buried.
Buried.
You don't have an access to me, but I'm from the West Coast. See, I'm not T-Pain. I don't get it. It's kind of strange. But people will say things, and I get so...
You have a. It's only when you say certain words. It's in your vowels.
My vowels.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's in my bowels? That's a crappy joke. Downtown. Toontown.
Downtown. Oh, I love that Scottish accent.
Yeah, so this is my favorite thing. Professor Fear says, "I noticed you say whenever when you mean when." I don't know why I say that. Whenever. So somebody actually left a comment. It was like, "Listen, I'd really appreciate it if you learned how to say whenever." And I said, "I'll say whenever I want to," or something. Whenever you decide. I just went off on him because it was fun. I say the strangest things. Whenever. When. Instead of when. Whenever.
If they both work, it might not be proper English, but who cares?
Proper English.
It's so close.
Baby, we speak
Say cool whip.
we speak Grimish.
Cool whip.
Whip.
Cool whip.
It's like Frank and Always
Say
Sunny in
cool.
Holton.
Cool whip. Whip. Cool whip.
So Frank, Danny DeVito's character in Always Sunny in Philadelphia says,
We can't say that word.
"Yeah, we can."
No, we can't.
All right, never mind. Maybe we can. I don't know.
We can't. We got flagged from it before.
Oh yeah, we can't say that.
Yeah.
You guys can type it.
It's gotten very. Listen, even in the live videos, YouTube is getting very, very PG. I used to say that the Up All Nights were adult hour, and we would cuss up a storm because you never get to hear us say it in our videos.
And then we started getting flagged.
And then we started getting flagged, and they were limiting the Up All Night videos to 18 and over, so you couldn't even access it unless you were signed in, had an account, yada yada yada. So now we have to watch our language again. Again. Try and say this in a Yorkshire accent. I bet don't want to go. Wait, hold on. I can say it in my head.
I bet they don't want to go down to the pub.
It's not. It's. I bet they don't want to go down to the pub.
Oh, brother.
And it probably sounds terrible when I say it. In my head, I can hear the accent. I can hear it, but I can't replicate it.
So
all I know
in
from
Pittsburgh, there's a crazy, like, they say things strange in Pittsburgh. Instead of downtown, look, downtown. In Pittsburgh, though, if you really are from the heart of Pittsburgh, it's Dantan.
Dan-
Dantan.
Dan.
Or going down
Okay,
to Isley's
so-
with Yins to get some chipped ham from Dantan.
My St. Louis people can attest to this, that there are some people who have an accent in St. Louis where it's very country. Instead of saying 44, they say farty far. And that is the only thing I can replicate them saying, because I can't do the accent at all.
I can't believe it.
If I had any kind of accent
Yins, Y-I-N-Z.
growing up, I would have had a very country accent.
Thorns List 1. Welcome to the afterlife. Prepare.
Young too? I don't know. Keep up the good work. Merry Christmas and good night. Thank you, Glowing Turtle. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you, Glowing Turtle.
Farty far. I swear to God, I'm not making it up. I've heard people talk that way before in St. Louis, but I don't know where they were from. We didn't really meet many people that had a strong Scottish accent when we were in Scotland. I don't remember really having any issues with anybody's accent while we were there.
Edward says, I'm new to your channel. I love what you guys do. I love how you travel the world. I would like to do something like this on YouTube. How many years did
it take before how did we get discovered?
We have been doing YouTube for
fart.
quite some time. I'm going to say the channel's been in existence, I'm going to say upwards of 8, 9, 10 years. We've been doing YouTube technically full time for about 5 years now. I feel like I'm just kind of vaguely saying that, but it's been years and a lot. And you know what? We're still growing. We're still babies in the world of YouTube. The type of videos that we do, the type of stories that we tell, it's not the most popular. You know what I mean? Like there's people out there who do these prank videos or these other crazy, elaborate, otherworldly videos, and awesome. But we just kind of travel the world and tell the story, tell history.
Worship. Hold on.
Jimmy's. Christina Almeza, what do you call sprinkles?
Yorkshire, I get. Oh, the sprinkles thing again.
So what do you call? So see, sprinkles and Jimmy's are two separate things.
I've never heard of a Jimmy's until the last episode.
Angela, you're with me. Angela gets it. Sprinkles and Jimmy's are two separate things. Look them up. You don't believe me? Look them up. You think I'm crazy? Look them up.
Well, they may have at the time, Stuart. That was quite a while ago, but I think that's more of a timely accent than a location accent. Back then, a lot of people sounded very, very different. But Vincent Price was also very proper.
I'm a soda man.
Soda. Yeah, I grew up with saying soda.
What? WT is it Jimmy? Sprinkles and Jimmy's. Look it up.
Is it kind of sprinkles?
Everybody stop what you're doing and Google the difference between sprinkles and Jimmy's and come back to me and type in, wow, I had no idea.
Okay,
do it.
Every time we got friendly with someone in Scotland, we had them do the TikTok thing where I had them try to say purple burglar alarm. And they would just give me a look like this wasn't their first time being asked that, and they can't say it.
I'll never get over this. It was one of our first nights in England. It's our first night inside the hotel for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And the toilet won't flush. And we're like, we can't, this toilet won't flush. So we go downstairs. I go downstairs. I talk to the front desk. I was like, hey, the toilet, it's not flushing. Something's wrong. And he's like, oh, I'll send somebody up there to take a look at it and fix it for you guys. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go upstairs and it's like 4 flights of stairs. You see it. And by the time I get up there and I shut the door, the guy from the front desk is knocking on the door, which means he ran up the steps and he's got a smile on his face. And he says, I called the groundskeeper, the maintenance guy. And the first thing he asked was, are they American?
By then, I'd already gotten it to flush, by the way.
Because supposedly, when Americans first go to Europe, they don't know how to flush the toilet.
Well,
you have to flush it differently.
So that's a running joke, but yes, you do. So in America, the toilets are usually you don't have to push it hard or anything. You just gently push the lever.
You just breathe on the toilet handle in America. You're like, it goes, it's gone. There you'll be like, honk.
Like you're starting a lawnmower.
Honk.
You've got to like wing that thing.
You gotta whip it. Yeah, you gotta wrench it.
Good. Yeah, you gotta like really, really give it a go. Like you're pulling the cord of a lawnmower.
Oh man, we got called out a couple different times. Honk. The other time was, people walk everywhere in the in England. They walk everywhere in Europe, and they have footpaths everywhere. So if it says private property, they don't care. As long as you're on your feet, just walk it. Respectfully, just walk it. I mean, there's rules, but people in Europe, they don't care. It's a footpath. Everything's a footpath. Just walk it. So we're driving. We're getting ready to film someplace, and there's two ladies.
No, we haven't seen that desert.
And
Flush with vigor, yes.
So we're in a car, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. I flag these two ladies over, and we don't get out of the car. But I'm like, is it okay if we park here because we want to go film something? She's like, well,
car park.
She's like, why don't you park further down the road and just walk up the road to where you need? She's like, oh, but you're American, aren't you?
So and Americans don't walk.
Oh, I was like, we're gonna walk. So we walked it.
I feel like you're not used to that.
On that principle.
You're not used to walking. Yeah.
She's like, but you're Americans, aren't you? Yeah. Oh gosh.
Well, I mean, it was.
It was great. It
wasn't exactly private, but they did have signs up, and apparently they just don't care about that.
That's the TV.
As long as you're walking on a footpath, you were allowed to go through private sections. As long as
what was the other time?
Footpaths. What?
Oh, we were at a gas station.
They were called as Americans.
So here in the United States, there's two things that we noticed. One, Burger Kings aren't really the best places to eat. But over there, Burger Kings are like really good places to eat. The other thing being,
they were English grannies, actually.
Here, in the United States, one of the gas stations that you kind of laugh at that you don't want to stop at is a BP. BP. Over there, BPs were like world markets.
Fancy.
They had food, they had wine, they had booze, they had candy, they had a petting zoo. They didn't have a petting zoo, but you get the point. So we go into a BP, and they have, I think it was a BP, they had an American food section, American candy section, and it was all like marshmallow.
No, it was all cookie dough.
Cookie dough
Flavored everything.
Cookie dough. And we're like,
I only saw it the one time. I don't remember where we were. It was a larger sized one, and they literally set up a little section that said American candies and American foods.
We're not knocking it. We had a blast.
Almost everything was cookie dough flavored.
And the funny thing is, we were over there for 3 months, which means everything about us acclimated to that kind of atmosphere, that kind of eating, that kind of whatever. So when we came back to the United States, it was like we were poisoned.
Yeah, we did not take very well to American
anything.
Food.
It was like almost like if we even drank the water here in America, it just made us deathly ill. We were so sick. And
food in Europe is a lot cleaner.
A lot cleaner. Everything, even if you don't think it is in certain aspects,
there's stronger regulations about what can go into food in Europe than there is in America.
Thank you, Keith. On Ross Williams.
I don't know if I can do Vegemite, Adam. I've heard of that one, and I'm scared. But I also I don't like.
We have tried British McDonald's Rowan, and I had the garden burgers there. I actually prefer the garden burgers, the vegan burgers from Burger King more than I like the McDonald's ones. They just kind of. But this one here officially has had a Happy Meal in 5 countries now?
Yes.
So America, England, Scotland, France, and Germany. She didn't get one in Canada, so we got to go back to Canada for that.
I mean, I had a burger, but I forgot to get McDonald's.
We're about to add Ireland to it.
We've had Starbucks in every country.
We have had Starbucks in every country. And then when we go to Japan, you have to get a Happy Meal over there.
Yes. And we happen to be in Europe and England and Scotland during the Halloween season. So I actually got all of the little Halloween squishmallows.
1 hour, 20 minutes, 55 seconds.
No, I didn't do the new McNugget Buddies. I know they're doing like an adult thing or whatever. I forgot to keep track of that, and I think it's come and gone. Starbucks is different in other countries, but in the sense that all the food is different, but all the drinks are all the same.
Lolly says I lived in Germany for 3 years. There's definitely a gut check when you come back stateside.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. I feel like we really try to eat a vegetarian diet, vegan if possible. We really try. And what I mean by that, at least for me, if I have the option on the menu to go vegan, I do. If not, then I go vegetarian. If not, then I go elsewhere. Um, our friend, the vegan Satanist, in his name, he's a straight up vegan, 100%. Him and his entire family. A lot of people in Europe that we've met, that we encountered, are vegan. The vegan options, vegetarian and vegan options in Europe, are insane. There's so many to choose from. When you think of like vegans and vegetarians in the United States, and they're all like, "Oh, we got so many options," you have a cracker compared to what is available in Europe. The amount of healthy living over there is insane.
Hot foods.
Yeah.
Like hot vegan foods are much more readily available. Whereas here in America, unless you go to a sit down restaurant, you might have to cook it at home. But you can get meatless options a lot here. It's just not offered in like a lot of restaurants unless it's just simply a veggie burger. But like our McDonald's doesn't have vegan nuggets like you do in Europe. At Burger King, the only meatless I have is a Whopper. Nothing else. And at the Burger King there is like 4 or 5, 6 different options that were vegan. Chicken and all that kind of stuff, you know. The drink sizes in America are stupid. I don't understand it either.
The portion sizes everywhere. Even if you just like,
they got bacon. I love my bacon, Elysium. Yeah, but bacon. If you ask for bacon in Europe, it's an experience. It's
come
not,
to Tacoma,
you're not
Washington.
Gonna get what you're expecting, but it's still really good.
We have actually done a couple videos in Tacoma.
Wow.
We did a Ted Bundy video, brought us there, and also near Tacoma was the Rose Red filming location. Somebody asked us earlier.
In England, at the Starbucks in England, I really messed up the breakfast sandwich from there.
Yeah.
Here. Like, I really miss it.
So what they have over in England, they do not have here, and vice versa.
I wish there was some place you could go that like had a little bit from different locations.
One of my favorite things to eat in England and Scotland. My favorite things every morning, I would go to Starbucks and I would get, it's called luxury fruit toast, which is basically 2 pieces of bread with like raisins, cranberries, and dates in it. And it's to die for. Like, I think about it every moment of the day, how good this luxury fruit toast is. And they do not have it here. And I'm sure I can find something very close to it. But there was just something about like,
a couple of people send recipes, but we're not the recipe kind of people. We eat the occasional pizza, not like we used to.
Scottish digger, trust me. I'm if there was a way to like get like a loaf of luxury fruit toast and buy it from the Starbucks website,
we still have a few videos to release from Europe. I think we still have like 6-ish. I have hair and I can't find it. Sometimes being blonde is like annoying. It's there somewhere.
We haven't stopped carbs, but I feel like, with our diet, we're really trying to watch our sugar, salt, and cholesterol intake. We're trying to be cautious, not cautious, but aware of what we eat that has like sugar, salt, and cholesterol.
Yeah, like I'm not diabetic,
Scottish
but
digger,
I'm hypoglycemic,
what are you doing here?
and I have heart issues, and I have high blood pressure already. So I really have, in the last few years, getting into my 40s, I'm 42. I've really had to revive my diet because I'm a child of the 80s. I was brought up in the age of fast food. So that's what I'm used to eating all the time. But I had a really high metabolism, so I didn't gain weight
Desert
because
rat.
I was also a
February,
runner.
beginning
I
of
was very
February.
athletic. And what you don't know is the silent killer is all that cholesterol is in your veins. Even if you're athletic, even if you take care of yourself,
Thank you,
and
Jason.
it doesn't show in any kind of a weight gain, yeah, it's there, and it's destroyed my heart.
Good night, 2 and 8.
Yeah.
Bed.
So like, 40s have been rough, guys. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, can't eat that anymore. My blood pressure. It was harsh. Yeah, we're on our feet a lot. We do a lot of walking. We do a lot of like terrain walking and stuff like that. But we still want to try to. We're looking to put a little oomph, in our exercise because we want to get back to being toned like we used to be, because we know when you don't pay attention, everything goes squishy and mushy. And someone said earlier, they're like, "Oh, look at Jess's biceps, baby. That's mostly fat." Like I do. I got really big arms actually. Like you'll see me cover my arms a lot in videos because this is all fat now. Like I have no secrets.
We have John.
Yeah.
The idea is there, but execution, possibly not right now.
No, he was born in 79.
Don't tell them how old I am.
I was born in 82.
Good night, 2 and 8.
Soda is poison. It took me a long time to get off of soda. And now I'm trying to get off of Monsters. Hi, Netherlands! And it's really, really difficult. I have an addictive personality, so like I take this stuff really hard, and it's been one of the hardest ones, even though it feels like poison every time I drink it. And now I'm thirsty. And what did I just say? I'm fine. I think we'd like to do a book one day. Do like a table book, like a picture book of our adventures.
No.
Why?
If we're going to do a book, it's going to be a pop-up adventure book.
Well, that'd be cool.
Where it's like the book that the little thing that pops up is like a creepy place that we've been, and then you can do a little slider, and there's Jessica and I walking across. Then you pull it on this side and it moves the air. Like we need to do a Grim Life pop-up book.
That would be amazing, but I can't imagine what it would take to make one of those. It must be healthy. I miss Dr. Pepper. Gosh, I miss it. Yeah, I did not take to tea in any form. I just don't like the taste. I've tried a lot of different types of teas. It's like coffee. I detest coffee. I think it's disgusting. I can't stand the smell. And tea, I've tried a lot of them. They're just not one that I've taken to. So getting off of different drinks has been really difficult for me. What? What do you want?
Why are you in there?
On the TV? Because he keeps yelling at me.
You two are bad booty.
Bad
Cindy Ann, thank you. And I'm sorry if I'm very loud as well. Tramp stamp.
Tramp stamp.
We are looking at 1 hour, 30 minutes. 1 hour, 29 minutes, 45 seconds. 1 hour, 29, 45.
I'm one of those weird people that, to me, coffee literally, not figuratively, but literally smells like cat poop.
Poop.
And I don't know why.
Can the book come in a candy coffin? Man. Christina, if we had a way to create a Grim pop-up book,
no,
we'd do it in a heartbeat.
Are the worst. Zero soda, any soda that is a zero or a diet are the worst for you that you can drink. They actually cause so many health issues. Don't drink diets and zero sodas. They are the worst poison you can take into your body. It does. It's not real common, but there's some of us that whenever we smell coffee, it smells literally like pet droppings, pet poops.
You know what smells like dog poop to me? Wings. Wings without any flavor or rub on it. Like whenever you just take some wings
I
and you
love
put it in the
those.
fryer and then it comes out and it's just like the skin.
I love
It smells like dog poop.
Those are not, I
Or
don't
cat
like
poo.
sauces. I like it without the rub and but that's okay because you like coffee. We both like something that the other thing smells like poop.
I get a
Gross.
what do I get from the Starbucks?
A venti cold brew with sugar-free vanilla.
Yeah, and I drink that throughout the day.
Yep.
Venti
And your
cold brew.
fancy.
With my Halloween mug. It's just
Halloween
down in the
mug.
car. I left it down in the car.
Oh,
It's all right.
no. Not your Halloween mug. No, like I'm not kidding. So, my mom is not a coffee drinker, but she would occasionally get those K cups. And I woke up one morning searching the entire house because I thought the cats must have gone outside their litter box. And I mean, I'm looking for a half an hour or longer. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I can't. The cat's pooped somewhere, and I'm trying to find it so I don't step in it." And then when I finally made it into the kitchen, figuring if she'd saw it, she would have cleaned it up. I learned that it was my mother's coffee that I was smelling. And the same thing when he gets his cold brew, so it doesn't have to be hot coffee. His
Thank
cold
you, Robert.
brew also smells like poop to me, like very strongly. It's I know it's not a common thing, but I have heard other people have the same thing when they smell coffee. It smells that way, but it's just not common.
We'll be here about an hour.
Yeah, I tried the refreshers too from Starbucks, and the caffeine was too much, and it gave me really bad after effects. Really affected my heart in a bad way, and my hypoglycemia.
Our coffin pop-up book will also be scratch and sniff. It'll smell like
I
Halloween.
don't think I've really ever tried an Arnold Palmer. I was never big on lemonade, and I'm not big on tea, so I wouldn't think to drink the both of them together. But you never know. It could be nice. It could be nice. I don't know if I like coriander. I don't even know what coriander is. What is coriander?
It's a colander.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they shave down the metal and you put it in stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It does rain occasionally here in LA, where we live. Occasionally, although this week they are calling for some rain. And some of you guys might know, depending on how deep you go, when it rains in LA and we are here, there's a certain type of video that we like to do. And it's been about maybe about a year and a half, 2 years since we've done a video in the rain here in LA. And I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but there's something we look for when it rains. So if it rains here in the next week, there's a new updated video coming. I get all puzzly. It is quiet. Not the LA River.
Calendar. Man. I don't know if we'll ever do a calendar. I don't think I would ever want to have durian fruit if it does that.
I talked to my dad this morning. I don't know if I told you this.
Mm-mm.
So my dad was watching TV in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania last night, and he said that he was they were airing the Christmas parade here in Hollywood.
Oh.
And he was like, I was going to call you to tell you to go down the street and wave to see if I can see you on TV. And I was like, what are you talking about? They didn't have the Christmas parade last night. It's like, yeah, they did. They aired it. And I was like, no, it was on November 26th. And he went, huh?
Well, they do the same thing at Disney. They film it early. They film it in the summer when it's so hot. Oh
Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins was part of the Christmas special this year. I kid you not.
That
Some of you
sounds
guys
like a
might have
joke
seen the
to me.
pictures. But yeah, whoa, he
We don't like
performed.
Cheez-Its. I like the idea of Cheez-Its, but they have a disgusting aftertaste.
The parades always lie to you, Michelle. Kindergarten cop locations. Stay at Hotel Elliott. Thorns list 1. Thank you. And at some point, it'll happen. I promise you this. I promise you this. Hotel Elliott.
I don't know that one.
We could still go down to the Hollywood Boulevard and wave. You are right.
We don't really get caught in Los Angeles rain very much. And honestly, while we were in Scotland, we avoided most of the rain, but we did get caught in the storm. What was it called?
Babette.
Babette. Storm
Yes.
Babette. We were there for that. We were north at the time.
I like telling people this. If you were in Europe and you were watching any of the news of Storm Babette, you probably have saw all the sea foam being whipped against trees and cars and the beaches from the ocean in Scotland, right? All that sea foam. We were standing right there.
Mhm.
We were there while all
In
that
that
was
exact
happening.
moment,
In
yeah.
that exact spot in Aberdeen, Scotland. We saw all that with our own 2 eyes. It is the end of the movie. Which can only mean one thing. It's still Saturday.
What does that mean?
I have no clue. It's the final countdown.
Final countdown. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do.
Oh, Carl, we're already way past that. The credits are rolling.
Yeah, for us it is, yeah.
It's Sunday in Oz. Disney films.
In Disney's Orlando,
Hail Santa
we were
from Tucson.
present for some of the
Thank you,
filming that they
George.
did for Christmas, and it took place in the summer
For what?
when they filmed some of their Christmas shows. Thank you, George. Thank you, Stooges.
Elvis Stooges. Thank you. George. Thank you.
Some people haven't gotten as far as we have because they were watching on Tubi and Tubi has commercials.
I'm sorry. It's okay, Shannon. We're going to hang out for a little bit while you guys are still watching it.
We didn't see very much of the storm, to be honest. We were already in Aberdeen when it hit.
Well, it started hitting while we were in Sterling.
I don't remember it being terribly bad, though.
It wasn't. But so we were in Stirling, Scotland, and we had to drive from there to Aberdeen. And we were getting ready to do the meetup at the Aberdeen HorrorCon, Scotland. And as we're driving, they started announcing all the cancellations of all the trains and all the buses and everything. So
Yeah.
nobody's going to show up.
'Cause it all
But
got
we're going
flooded.
to, because we had to keep moving anyhow. So hopefully we don't, die or get flooded. So we drove across Scotland while her Storm Babette was happening. So that was fun.
I don't remember it being that bad, though, on the road.
No, it
or
wasn't.
driving.
There was a couple points where we got diverted and there was traffic and you could tell some of the roads were flooded. But most of the people that couldn't make it, they closed all the trains down.
No, I didn't have any issue with customs and the tonics.
No.
I didn't get the marshmallow ones. I got the caramel wafer type ones. They didn't give me any issues about it.
Jan W says, how did you get on with the different driving practices and signs in Europe? It took about a week to get used to driving on the left-hand side, trying to figure out, okay, do I go here? Do I go there? The hardest part, believe it or not,
Highland Cruise
was not driving on the opposite side of the car, on the opposite side of the street. That was easy. The hardest part was getting used to driving through roundabouts.
Yeah.
That was insane. And I feel like even though we were driving for 3 months in Europe and we're about to go back, I still feel like I didn't get the hang of it. So it was nuts. Think of it like this, especially if you're living here in the United States, your city, your town, take away all the stoplights. Well, some stops. Take away all the stoplights, all the stop signs, and just put a circle. and just let everybody go through and trust that they're going to let the person next to them go through. That's what it was like. And there's like 5 lanes too, so you have to figure out which one you're supposed to be in before you get there. It was crazy, but it was fun. It was fun. All right, folks. It is that time.
I'm sleepy.
It is the end
It's
of the
still early,
movie.
too. It's only 7
It's
here.
7:10 in the evening here. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little hungry. So
I'm a
I
little
am
tired.
This one here is gonna take a nap. I'm gonna draw on her face with Cool Whip.
So mean.
They want me to say Cool Whip.
They did.
I saved it with
Long
Cool Whip.
time ago.
Whip.
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 It's a Cool Whip.
Whip it good.
Somebody says can't wait for a Suspiria. We thought about doing a Suspiria video, but we didn't do one. I'm just gonna let you guys know that right now. So, what? Chris Bong, thank you for being there for
Thank
us.
you, dear.
Good night. Was I? One of us always lies and one of us always tells the truth.
I wonder which one is which.
I always tell the truth. You always lie. Fine. I always tell the truth.
Ooh, what a lie.
Cool hip. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching the show. We love you from our family to yours. Hopefully you're doing great. We will see you a couple of days before the Christmas night, the Christmas day, holiday night, whatever you guys want to call it. I know everybody calls it something different, but we'll see you guys in about a week. A couple of videos coming out this week too. Thank you, Thornless
Thank you,
One.
Lindsay.
Michael, please rewatch Go with Jessica. Will do. Toodaloo. Scooby Doo. Where did we watch that? And I was like, oh man. Oh, Balls of Fury. Christopher Walken says it. He says Toodaloo. No, he says.
I wish we could remember what we heard a traffic cop say in England. We're like, oh my god, they say that here?
Yeah.
We thought it was a very American saying, and I think it was like okie dokie artichoke.
Hands
something
up!
like that. Okie dokie artichoke.
Okie dokie artichoke. I think that's what he said.
Okie
Okie
dokie
dokie artichoke.
Yeah, and I was like, that sounds very American. I always thought that was an American saying.
Ghost Party is going to be announced probably on Monday. Probably on Monday. So keep an eye out for that. If you are a Ghost Club member, it is only for you guys. And have a good night, folks. Happy Halloween. TT FN.